It's time for Wolf News with Rosie Parks reporting.
Good day. Today's top stories: tension in South Carolina increases as the state continues to resist federal authority by refusing to enforce the Tariff of 1828. Henry Clay and Daniel Webster have proposed to renew the charter for the Bank of the United States. And our first feature, the case of Worcester versus Georgia. The tension continues as Samuel Worcester and a Virginia representative battle on the Supreme Court over the constitutionality of Georgia laws that limit the independence of Cherokee Nation and enable the removal from the state. Will the court rule in favor of the natives, or will they be favored to leave? We have Posey Rarks live on the scene with more intel. Rosie, I can tell you the tensions are certainly high in the courtroom, as both sides prepare to give their arguments to the presiding Chief Justice John Marshall. The plaintiff, Samuel Worcester, was convicted in the state of Georgia for violating state laws that prevented non-native people from living on Native Americans' territory. The ruling of this case will not only determine the fate of the plaintiff, but will also decide if Georgia has the right to claim Cherokee land within their jurisdiction and enforce other laws, such as laws permitting the removal of the Cherokee from Georgia. This case will determine the fate of the Native Americans, so the stakes are high. It appears the arguments will be presented shortly. Let's see what happens.
Your Honor, I'm Samuel Worcester, the plaintiff of this case.
Your Honor, I am the representative on behalf of the state of Georgia.
Plaintiff, please present your case.
Your Honor, the state of Georgia has wrongfully convicted me of illegally residing within Cherokee territory. However, they have no right to do so. I was given permission from the Cherokee government to live on their territory. The Cherokee Nation is a sovereign government, and the state has no authority to impose any restrictions on their sovereignty within their own territory.
Now, the representative from Georgia may represent the state's case.
The state of Georgia claims all Cherokee territory within the boundaries of the state and does not recognize the Cherokees as an individual nation separate from the United States. Therefore, all Georgia laws regarding Cherokees or any other Native Americans within the state's boundaries have authority over them. Georgia can enforce laws that prevent non-Indians from living within Indian territory if that territory lies within Georgia's borders.
This cause, in every point of view in which it can be placed, is of the deepest interest. The defendant is a state, member of the Union, which has exercised the powers of government over a people who deny its jurisdiction and are under the protection of the United States. The plaintiff is a citizen of the state of Vermont, condemned to hard labor for 4 years in the penitentiary of Georgia under color of an act which he alleges to be repugnant to the Constitution, laws, and treaties of the United States. The legislative power of a state, the controlling power of the Constitution and laws of the United States, the rights, if they have any, the political existence of a once numerous and powerful people, the personal liberty of a citizen, are all involved in the subject now to be considered. It is the opinion of the court that the Cherokee Nation, as well as all other Indian nations, are distinct, independent political communities retaining their original natural rights. This has been established in many treaties between the United States and Indian tribes. Therefore, it is also the opinion of the court that the conviction of Samuel Worcester was under color of a law which is void as being repugnant to the Constitution, treaties, and laws of the United States, and ought, therefore, to be reversed and annulled.
Well, this is a monumental occasion for the Cherokees. The Supreme Court has ruled that the state of Georgia cannot enforce laws on the Cherokees since they are a sovereign nation. This is Posey Rarks signing off now. Back to you, Rosie. Thank you, Posey. Now for an exclusive interview with the President of the United States, Andrew Jackson. It is great to have you, Mr. President.
It's great to be here, Rosie.
As you probably know, the Supreme Court just ruled that the state of Georgia cannot force the Cherokees to abide by state laws. This may jeopardize your plans to relocate the Native Americans to territory in the West. What are your thoughts about this ruling?
Well, John Marshall made his decision. Now let him enforce it.
Are you saying you will not enforce the ruling made today?
Of course I won't enforce the ruling.
Well, we are running out of time. Thank you for taking time to speak with us today.
It was a pleasure.
Up next, will Miss Gray give us an A? Find out when we get back from our commercial break.